Hey Shaun, you've done a bit of panel damage.
Ah. What an animal.
Oh my God!
Yeah. Put it there, man.
On today's episode, we're back in Cape York and settling the score with one of Cape York's most iconic four-wheel drive tracks. Last year, the Frenchman Track absolutely kicked our butts, with deep water forcing us to turn around at the Pasco River and fight our way back through the mud. Now, we're back to finish off the track, before we head south to check out one of the best beach campsites in Australia. To make it there, we'll have to tackle some of Australia's softest sand.
Go you little beast, that's it, come on!
This is going to be a huge adventure, so buckle in.
Tell you what, how good is it to be back on the Frenchmans Track? Last time it kicked our butts, but we're going back on an east direction, back to the west, and we're going to tackle the Pasco first, the one river that was too deep to cross last time. Hopefully a bit later in the season, 12 months on, we can go and cross the Pasco and do the whole Frenchmans. Hey Jocko, copy mate?
I sure do, mate.
How good is it, mate, back on the Frenchmans? Have you done the Frenchmans before?
I have, but I actually haven't done it this way before, so it'd be interesting to see what the challenges are like going back the other way.
I can't wait, mate. Let's get right into it. We've got a good looking convoy today.
On this trip, I'm wheeling my new pride and joy, the rebuilt Dirty 30. This Cape York adventure is the first big shakedown for the vehicle, a 5,000 kilometre round trip that's helping me iron out the kinks of this 4-year build. Jock is behind the wheel of the Pony Lux, a super tourer he put together on a tiny budget that's absolutely eating up the tracks. Next up is Kaido from Drifter 4 Drive and Camping, followed by Bailey from Maverick Campers and his tough little Ranger forward fold camper. Closing out the convoy is Ruben from DMW Industries in his insane chopped and chassis extended 200 series. And with the Pasco not far off, it's time to drop the tyre pressures and get ready for the challenges ahead.
Right, I just knocked a little bit of air out of those Wranglers. On the PDR and all the dirt roads in Cape York, I let them down to around 28 PSI, just so they bulge and ride nicely on those dirt roads. When I come to the Frenchmans, I've dropped them down to 22 PSI. There's a lot of tough terrain up here, so 22 will just give it a bit more traction. I reckon I'll need all the traction I can get.
This right here is the Pasco River, a fast-flowing crossing that changes massively across the season. Last year, the water was super deep and flowing fast, and despite a 2-day battle to get here, we had to accept defeat and head back the way we came in. This year, we're here a bit later in the season, so the crossing should be a bit safer. That said, this is still a big challenge with a steep, rocky exit to finish. We'd never drive a crossing like this without checking it first, so first step is to walk the crossing and look for deep spots and hidden rocks. With the crossing checked out, it's time to give it a crack.
Here we go, the Pasco, first truck through. Yeah, it's nice and deep. Like a submarine. Right, this is the bit that's going to be tricky. Up we go, it's like a tractor. How good is it with an auto? So much control.
Here we go, the mighty Pasco and the Pony Lux. Oh, that's so deep. Water is in here! Loves it. Just a bit of weight reduction. I need it for the hill climb.
This little Luxie never ceases to impress. Not bad for a rig on 29-inch tyres.
What a little weapon. Loves it. Wouldn't even know I put it on its side. Just keeps going. There's lights on the dash. Job's on.
Time for Kaido's run.
Well, we'll just locked down into that. Keep a little bit of pace going. Oh, windscreen wipers come over for no reason. Holy. Through.
Deep water like this puts the seals on a vehicle to the absolute test, and of course, a camper trailer is no different. Bailey's got the Maverick across the Pasco with no dramas, and the Seals, well, they look to have held up with no dramas at all.
Here we go. Look at this.
Last man across the Pasco is Ruben, and his big 200 is making it look easy. Well, that's the Pasco done and dusted, and our next goal is to make it to the Frenchman's other big crossing, the Wentlock River, where we'll camp for the night. We'll need to cover a lot of Ks to get there, but Jock's Little Lux is starting to develop some issues that could make things a bit more challenging.
Oh, I've just had all the lights come up on my dash. My dash is lit up like a Christmas tree, which usually only means one thing. It generally means your alternator's on its last legs. The lights were intermittent before, flickering on and off, so I just checked the plugs on the back of the alternator, made sure everything was connected and tight, and sprayed everything out with contact cleaner to no effect. It seems I think my alternator's on its last leg, so I might have to give the boys at Spares Box a call, see if they can ship one up, maybe to Cooktown, and I'll pick it up and change it on the way. A handy tip if you are going remote is to pack a multimeter in your spares kit, because on some modern vehicles you don't get all these lights coming up. You'll generally just get a battery light, so it's good practice just to pull over and check that you are getting charged voltage to your crank battery. But in this case I think the Luxie needs a new alternator, so get a call into Spares Box and get one sent up and should be good to go. Hey mate, how are you?
Lucky for us, Spares Box specialise in shipping out spare parts, and Jock has soon got an alternator lined up and ready to pick up tomorrow. Tell you what, a sat phone is a handy bit of kit for remote touring like this. We're going to have a bit of a job getting the Hilux out to the end of the track with a dying battery, but hey, that's all part of the fun of four-wheel drive touring. This crossing right here is one of the surprisingly challenging little sections of the Frenchmans.
Good line. That's the key. Oh, you can see how people hit the bank here. Oh, too much horsepower.
If Shaun's fit, I'm not going to have any dramas in the old narrow dog Luxie. Nailed it, loves it.
What a little beast. There we go, a little bit of bunny.
Touch the left hand down, mate. Yep, that's it.
That's it. Get those wheels right. Oh, he's going to hit the bar work.
Ooh. Touch it right now, mate.
Nice and gentle. No need. Look at that.
Right hand down. Yep.
Yeah, right hand down, Rube. Yep, that's it. That's it. Ooh, she's a big girl.
Whoa.
She's a big girl.
Oh.
Look how wide that is.
There was millimetres in that on this side.
By the last light of day, we're getting close to the next big river crossing of the Frenchmans, the mighty Wentlock. We've got a camp spot in mind just across the river, but there's a big challenge to navigate before we can settle in for a cold beer at camp. But now, we've got another issue as well.
Hey, Jocko, copy.
Oh.
I think Jocko, he's got a flat battery. Sounds good.
Just doesn't want to borrow it.
Battery's flat.
Yeah, so the alternator I packed it in, well, was
About a week
being
ago.
finicky, yeah, and it was on and off. But now she's decided that all that slow crawling wasn't getting enough charge, and
Bugger. If I cross the river,
Yeah.
and we all got in here and just pushed you down towards the river,
Madam?
we'll clutch start you into the
river, yeah,
into
and
the
then
Wentlock.
across it.
What do you reckon?
Yeah, we'll try that.
Right.
Are you strong enough to push this big beast, mate?
I'm not worried about that because once I go across the river, I'm going to change radio stations and just take off.
Well, this doesn't work. Anyway, I don't have enough bunty to run my
No,
radio.
I reckon we do that, mate. We might have to. We'll just try and push you.
Okay, sounds
Okay,
good.
to get all of us. Okay, I'll move this across.
Righto.
Jocko's old Luxie doesn't need much 12 volt to stay running. So long as the engine's ticking over and he's still got fuel, he's pretty much in the game. Of course, he's going to lose his headlights and other 12 volt accessories, but at least the old Toyota's going to make it. But I'm starting to suspect he's quite enjoying putting the Convoy to work.
Put your backs into it,
Get a bit of
legends.
speed.
Give us some
He's going to get over
bunty.
this hump and he's going to hold it.
More
Got
power.
it. Go into it. Yep, go. Yeah! Well done, boys, well done.
What a rig! Go the pony!
Late this season, the Wentlock is running pretty low and doesn't present much of a challenge for the Convoy, but up ahead is a steep climb that never fails to put 4 panels on the line.
Have a go at this, mate.
Mate, look at night time, it looks even bigger, like far out.
Have you ever driven up this?
Never in my time have I ever driven. I've come down it a couple of times, and every single time the bar work is leaning into that wall there, it actually scrapes normally along the side.
I don't have any bar work, so I think this is going to be interesting.
I think our only saving grace is it's quite dry, so you might be able to get a nice little start and just give it a bit of bunty, get up there, and the good news is, mate, once we get up there,
That's camp, isn't it?
That's camp.
Yep.
There's cold beers.
Ooh.
It'll all be happening, mate. I reckon.
That isn't reason to nail this hill. I don't know what is.
All right, let's give this a go, eh?
Righto.
Got the Terra looms on. Just need to light this track up. It actually looks a bit better once you've got a bit of spotlight on it, but actually, no, it's pretty steep.
I think it's going to be harder than it looks.
Now the 30s panels are still straight and I'd love to keep them that way.
Oh, backed off too early.
Yeah, I think it diffed out as well.
I was like celebrating. I was like, yes.
Hey, Shaun. I'll tell you at the end, but you've done a bit of panel damage.
What?
Your canopy door.
Ah.
Put it in D for drive.
Yeah.
Right hand down. That's it.
I'll tell you what, that was a big climb. I thought I did a bit of damage right on here, but the good news is, look how tough this is. Will it open and close is the big question. It's open and close. That is super tough. Now you can see the panels are all perfect. I've scraped on the bar, so it's actually pushed the body away a little bit. Now it has leant over a little bit, hit this, but I'm not even too concerned. You'd think the first big scratch I get on this vehicle I'll be upset about, but this is actually how I've designed the vehicle. I've gone for some very tough equipment like the DMW locker box here. It's still 100% functioning and there's no issues whatsoever. Yeah, I took a little bit of paint off, tiny bit of a dent in there. Pretty happy with that, really.
With no bar work, Jock's going to have to thread the needle on this one. The good thing is the Luxie's nice and narrow.
Plan of attack for this one is, I need to stay out of the ruts. I don't have the clearance, I don't have the tyres, I don't have the power. I do have lockers, so see how we go. I'm going to try and crawl up that bank a little bit, I think, and just see what happens.
Oh, no. He's hit his canopy.
Shot customs.
Shot customs tough. Not as tough as DMW by the looks of that.
Well, it was a nice plan, but the Luxie's just gone straight into the bank.
Have you got it in four-wheel drive, Jock?
I don't want to break it, eh?
No.
Maybe we'll winch.
Winch it up.
That's a shame, I think I've just diffed out. I also can't use my winch because the alternator is packed it in, so I don't want to smoke the battery by using a winch. So Shaun's going to grab his runver off the 30 and give me a pull up. I don't think we'll need much.
The pony already had some battle scars after Jocko rolled it in the Glasshouse Mountains, and I reckon up to tonight there's going to be a couple more.
All right, Jocko, I'll start winching, mate. 3, 2, 1.
Don't worry though, folks, Jocko's got a plan to properly protect the vehicle, and we'll be building bar work for it in an upcoming episode. For now though, he's up and out of trouble.
Just seen Shaun and Jock smash their canopies on the bank. I'm not planning on flogging it, I'm just planning on easing it in so I don't just smash the bank. It might touch the bank, but I don't want to smash it. Although that bank is very hard to avoid.
Winch from there.
You're on that.
Righto.
Give it a winch.
Kaido's taking a good approach here, easing the nose up to make for a clean winch and backing off before the panels are too hard on the bank.
Give it a bit of drive too, mate.
It's a clean winch up to the top, but even so, Kaido
job.
still picks up a few scratches on the canopy. Now, this is going to present an extra challenge for Bailey, who's not just got the 4B to worry about, but also a camper trailer.
Alright, that'll do. Stop there. That's good. You're in a good position. We'll winch you. Nice and slow, nice and slow.
It takes a few winch resets, but with some careful placement, we're able to keep the car off the bank and the trailer happily follows along the same wheel tracks without a scratch.
How good is that? Upper. Well done, Bailey. Well done, mate. That's a huge effort, getting the trailer up there. It's a big winch. We didn't want to wreck the side of the tub or the trailer on the side of the bank here. Did very well.
Now for the biggest car of the convoy, a super wide 200 series. This has the potential to go very badly.
This is going to be quite interesting. It's going to be very close to this bank, I think. You're going to take this line or?
No, I'm just going to stick with the conventional line and I'm just going to creep in and I'll use the old crawl control and see what happens.
Copy.
That's the way to go. I feel better about that.
Is it too early to say I'm a little bit nervous to spot you?
She's a big girl. Yeah, it's good.
That's your line.
Ruben is making good use of the crawl control feature, but it's still a whole lot of car in a narrow space.
That longer wheelbase might even have it.
Long dog. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, wow.
You're kidding me! What an animal! What an animal!
What a beast.
You mad dog, Ruben! You mad dog!
Oh my God!
Yeah. Put it there, man. That is
Rock crawling 200. How cool was that?
0 damage.
Really?
0 damage. There was one bit where I just knew you had that drive. I just buttoned off the old pink microphone and I just started legging it up because you were catching.
That was unreal.
Well, camp is just here, mate. And after a drive like that, I reckon you should shout the beers.
Yeah, yeah.
I reckon that's right.
No problems at all.
All right, good drive.
It's been a long day on the road and we can't wait to kick back for a few by the fire. So we're all going for a pretty basic setup tonight. But that's the joys of camping in Cape York's winter season, with warm nights and clear skies making camping pretty easy. We've soon got our setup sorted and a well-deserved iron jack in hand. With the Pasco and Wenlock crossed, the Frenchmans is pretty much done and dusted, and tomorrow we've got another epic destination to make it to. Cape York, you gotta love it.
Hey guys, we're always looking for ways to give back a little bit and to say thanks to you guys for being such awesome fans. So we've got an absolute cracker of a giveaway on at the moment. Right now, you can win a set of these Terralume Icon Spotties for your four-wheel drive. Shauno's got them on the 30 and Sooty, and I've got a set on the Pony, and we absolutely love them. They're super bright, and now you can win a set for your four-wheel drive as well. To enter, all you gotta do is comment on this video below and tell us a time where you could have really used a set of spotties on the front of your vehicle when you're out on the tracks. Shauno and I are going to personally go through the comments and pick the best 3 responses, and those four-wheel drivers will win a set of Terralume Icon Spotties for their four-wheel drive.
The 30 is showing off its first real battle scars this morning, and it's not alone. A few of our vehicles are sporting some fresh decorations, especially Jocko, who's got some minor repair jobs coming up in the shed for sure. The camper trailer though is still looking totally mint, while Ruben seems to have gotten away with just a scratch or two on his clear views. Now it's still early, but already Jock's up to his usual mischief.
Jocko.
Mates, eh? We've got a huge day ahead, getting out to the development road and heading south to pick up Jock's new alternator, before pushing out to the coast to a wicked beach campsite. With that in mind, Bailey's getting a hot brekkie on the go. A well-equipped camp kitchen that can be set up in a couple of minutes makes life on the road so much more comfortable, especially when you're camping every day.
Ooh,
Yum,
brekkie's
yum,
up.
yum.
I love the smell of bacon and eggs in the morning, boys. Look at that.
And the only thing that's better than a hot brekkie wrap is sneaky seconds. Especially in the dry season, Cape York's dust is incredibly hard on vehicle seals, but after a few weeks on the road, the DMW canopies are holding up a treat. Unsurprisingly, Jocko's Hilux is not going to start without some assistance, so it's back to the old push start. But I swear, this thing has gotten heavier overnight.
Righto. Ready? She's alive.
Well, boys, what a cracking little campsite, hey? Right near the Wentlock, or should I rename that the Dolphin Creek crossing after that drive, Ruben?
Thanks, Shaun. Yeah, that was very, very epic for me.
Oh, it was red hot. How good is it? The Frenchmans Track, we've got a couple of miles to do to get out of the Frenchmans. Then we're going to jet south down to Cape Flattery, which is one of my all-time favourite places in Cape York.
Cape Flattery is a spot that many people just jet past on their way up to the tip, but it's well worth checking out. We're soon back on the Peninsula Development Road and on the way back to Cooktown, where the Alternator from Spares Box has been expressed up and is ready and waiting. What do you reckon about the Frenchmans, folks? You putting this track on your list? With the Alternator picked up, we find a shady spot trackside so we can get into the repair. The Alternator on the LN106 is a bit difficult to get to when you're trackside, and to make life easier, Jocko's removing the battery and moving the air conditioner compressor to the side. With clear access, Jock and Ruben have got the old Alternator out and a brand shining new one back in its place. But as the boys put the vehicle back together, seems there might be a bigger problem as well.
Got a bit of a knock.
With Jock up and running, we're pointing the four-wheels at one of the finest beach camps in the country, the beautiful Connie Beach. Sadly, after a lot of trouble with grubs trashing campsites, the local Aboriginal Land Council has actually had to shut down the beach. But they're keen to set up a limited entry system and have given us special permission to visit and showcase the need to protect this stunning place.
Now, I do stress you need permission to get in here. It's an absolutely stunning part of the world. The biggest silica sand dunes you're going to find anywhere in the Southern Hemisphere, not to mention one of the single best campsites you'll probably ever see.
The trek out to Cape Flattery and Connie Beach is marked by deep water crossings and big sand climbs, and soon we're getting stuck in.
There's a big sand dune. I want to get into this one. Yep. Oh, soft. Really soft. I don't even know if I'll make it up. Come on. Boys, this is so soft.
Hang on, mate, you right?
Yeah, I'm going to get to the top, but only just. I was really wringing the neck out of the dirty 30 here to try and get up here. I was giving it almost everything. That is super soft.
Into her. Power. Oh, that's soft. Oh, we're slowing down. Come on. Come on. You little... No. Oh, she's losing her put. And that's it. Let's try it. Close. Oh, I've still got momentum in first gear. Oh, crawly boy in the sand.
This silica sand is a fine powder that just swallows up tyres, and Jock is having to wring the neck off the Luxie to get it through. Come on, mate.
Go, you little beast, that's it, come on. Come on. Come on, you little weapon. Yeah, go, 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 go. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, what a beast.
All right, here we go. Starting second. That's third. Wow, that's soft. Yeah, that's soft. Holy.
Kaido's got the pedal to the floor and the hill climb under control, but taking a vehicle up here plus a trailer is a big ask. So Ruben is jumping ahead of the Maverick just in case he needs to come back and lend a hand.
It's not even struggling. Wow. That didn't even break a sweat.
That was good.
Bailey's got the game face on and hitting the climb with a good amount of momentum.
Oi. Come on, mate. Come on, mate. Go, go, go. Stop, 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 stop.
That was absolutely everything I had.
The trick is get off the loud pedal before the tyres get too deep in the sand, and Bailey's done just that. Ruben brings the big rig back down the hill and the boys set up for a snatch pull.
Here we go.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah! We got this! We got the big camper up the hill here.
What a what a beast!
Woo! Yeah! Go the 200!
The sand here is softer than any I've ever seen before, and as we get closer to the beach, it just gets even softer. I'm running Goodyear Wranglers in a mud terrain pattern on this trip, but I'm pretty impressed with their sand performance. These are tough driving conditions, and the Wranglers are getting the 30 through. With the climbs conquered, we're coming up to the wild eastern beaches of Cape Flattery.
Oh my God, look at that. Oh, stop it.
That is pretty cool. From the bull dust to the white sand, it's about as good as Cape York gets. Yes! This makes me happy every time I get down on the beach.
A windswept beach brings in a bounty of driftwood that'll make the perfect firewood for later tonight, and the boat rack on the Maverick is a handy spot to add the big load. Unfortunately, it's not just driftwood that washes up on these beaches, but also a lot of rubbish from the shipping lanes. Still, it's the rubbish that campers are bringing in that's shutting places like this, which is why we've started a campaign to work to clean up our campsites. But more on that later. For now, we're chasing a bit of a tasty treat. Connie Beach is nested away in behind a headland and at the end of a long beach run, and to get there you have to cross back through the bush towards a sheltered northerly bay. But between us and our destination is one of the more unusual four-wheel drive challenges, a narrow man-made tunnel that passes under a local mining lease. Whoever designed this clearly didn't want to waste any extra material, and fitting through here is a real squeeze.
Oh. Far out, here we go, eh? That is tight. What about the roof, good?
Yeah, all sweet.
Whoa, that's close. Like a finger up a dog's bum.
Oh, look at that. The old Rolex. Narrow dog body, straight through. Don't even have to worry.
Hang on, mate. Fold those clear views in, eh? Righto. Heaps of room, mate. Heaps of room. Yeah, you're right. Oh, yep, easy. Look at that. Righto, mate. You've seen a bunch of the other vehicles go through. How do you reckon the big 200 is going to go?
Millimetres.
Millimetres to spare. I reckon you're right. She's a big girl. But we'll spot you through, take it nice and slow. I reckon it'll be sweet.
Maybe I should have gone for a little less girth.
Yeah, she is pretty thick. Righto. Let's give it a go, eh?
Man, this is going to be touch and go whether this fits.
Might just Might just push these clear views in.
Yeah,
What do you reckon?
I was gonna hope, just gonna wait to see if they push themselves in.
You'll fit, but it's like millimeters, man.
Yeah, roof will, 10 will clear.
That's
Oh, wow. It's getting narrower in the...
Oh, she's tight.
Yep. Yep. Oh, that's close. Lucky you're driving, not me. Let me just say that. You wouldn't want to go an inch bigger in lift or go any wider with that vehicle. I'll tell you what, that offset was just about perfect. We're all through. Let's get to camp.
And here it is, Connie Beach, an absolute gem of Cape York. Not a breath of wind, white sand, this is a downright tropical paradise. We've got a little camp spot with uninterrupted views of the water. How good are Max Tracks? You've seen us use them for a heap of recoveries, but we actually use them to level our four-wheel drives, especially when we've got rooftop tents and camper trailers. You wouldn't go anywhere without a set. It's pretty impressive how easy this camper trailer is to set up, and with the addition of an awning, Bailey's suddenly got a large and comfortable camp setup. It makes for a pretty flash camp, especially if you've got the tin lids in tow and want a bit of home comfort.
Bailey, I got to say, mate, that was super quick.
Oh, mate, did not take long at all.
How long do you reckon that took?
Oh, about 5 minutes, I reckon.
5 minutes. You've got to be happy with that.
Oh, yeah.
Like 5 minutes, that means you got a lot more time to just appreciate a view like this rather than be setting a camper trailer up.
100%. No, all the unpeated views throughout all the windows on the trailer.
Speaking of your view, mate, what, you get to wake up to that tomorrow morning?
Straight through,
You
nothing
didn't
in the
get
way.
the best campsite, did you?
Nah.
Look at that, mate. I like the fact that it doesn't have poles in there, doesn't interrupt that view.
100%.
Really easy to set up. You've got stacks of storage space.
heaps.
And you've got the huge big pantry. I don't think I've ever seen that in a camper
Nah,
trailer. It
gosh, no.
slides all the way out.
Yep.
You can fit heaps of stuff in there.
Yep.
You've got space for a massive Mike Coleman fridge as well. What's that one, about 80-something litres?
85 litres,
85 litres. Look at the kitchen, for instance.
Huge kitchen,
Those
like-
drawers down there?
Yeah, no, all cutlery drawers throughout.
That's just red hot, mate.
Yeah, no, gotta love it.
Well, mate, this is a perfect setup in a perfect location. I'm going to leave you to it, mate, and go finish my setup. All right?
No
Catch you
worries.
later.
Well folks, this is pretty good living, I've got to say. But a special camp like this deserves a special cook-up, and I've got an epic meal in store for the convoy tonight.
I've got to say, this is one of my favourite campsites in Cape York, and because of that, I'm going to cook up one of my favourite meals. Actually, I haven't cooked this meal up before, but it's an absolute treat, mate.
I'm very excited, mate. What do you got in planned?
Mate, this one here is going to be spicy meatball stroganoff. Unbelievable.
Yum.
It's a great meal. It's one that the whole family can get involved in.
I didn't know you could mix meatballs and stroganoff together.
You can
you
basically anything. You can mix balls with a lot of things, mate. Like, honestly, you really can. And this is nice and easy to make.
Is this for the
Yeah,
balls?
come on.
Bit of Aussie beef for the balls?
I need that.
Yep. 2 of them?
2 of those. And,
do you have a beer? Or you?
yeah, I'll need a beer. And
Yeah.
also, mate, there should be some sausages in there. A little bit of mince. Straight in there. All right, Jocko, grab that. What I need to do is basically, I need you to choke the meat out of this sausage. Okay? So it's really easy, because the sausage mince, folks, it's nice and fatty, and it's going to make it all stick together.
Can you show me how to do it? I've never actually done it.
Oh, you lie, Jocko. You lie, mate. All you want to do is basically grab it in 2 hands. Grab it in 2 hands. Pull the skin back on it. Pull the skin back on it. And all you're basically doing is just... No, this is serious. You don't want to put the skins in, folks, because you don't want skins in your balls. Just trying to get the sausage mince out without the skin is it can be difficult sometimes.
Oh, look at that. He's a grower.
There you go. So
He's
you've
a grower.
got a fantastic technique. You basically just circumcise the side. Right, you do that. A couple of eggs, because at the end of the day, the eggs will sort of bind it together. The sausage mince is going to help with the fat in the sausage mince. That's looking good, Jocko. I'm gonna go a bit of salt. I'll crack them over your knuckles. Got a bit of garlic here. I'm gonna put a bit of garlic in these balls. You keep working those balls into shape,
Do you reckon
mate.
you could? Would it be fair enough for me to ask if you give me a little sip of my drink because I can't grab my own?
Yeah, go on, mate. Go on. That's a bit weird, isn't it? Well, habanero sauce. This is pretty hot.
Yum, yum, yum.
So I'm just gonna squirt that in. You keep going, mate.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna
Ooh,
do
you
that
get on
straight
my-
over your hands.
Yeah, sure. Oh, you got it all over me.
This one here is chili garlic sauce. It's like a. Do you like sriracha?
I love sriracha.
A little bit of that. One last one. This is the chili willies.
Yeah, just
Just put it in like that.
You've done
There
that
we go.
before.
Oh, I have. Show the people at home what that looks like. It's looking good. Use 2 hands here and basically get some in the palm of your hand. Now, that's a decent sized little ball, that one.
my ball's a little bit bigger than yours.
Oh, it is,
Is
isn't
that
it?
too much? You
Oh,
reckon?
well, as long as you can fit in your mouth, Jocko.
Yeah, I
I'm-
reckon. I got a pretty big mouth, mate.
I'll just make a ball that I'm comfortable with.
Okay, so is this ready to
Jocko,
put the balls on?
well,
Or are you gonna-
firstly, roll the balls in flour. That sort of holds them together quite nicely. Straight in there, bulls. Oh, some of those balls are spicy, mate. These are looking pretty good. You don't have to cook them the whole way because soon we're going to make the stroganoff. It's a bit of like a sauce mixture. They'll
so
all
to
go
finish
back
them
in
off.
there and then I'll
Yep.
finish them off a little bit. It's the last ball coming straight out of the pan.
Oh, there's some hot balls, mate. I had a little taste test before.
Oh, they're good, aren't
Picked a
they?
bit off the ball.
I can taste the chili. Got the new pan on, mate. Bit of olive oil in there. Now's the stage, actually. We could probably get Bailey to get some hot water boiling on that camper trailer, and we could probably get some pasta cooking. Straight into the pan. Mate, if you can jump into the Mike Allman,
Yeah.
and there should be some mushrooms in there.
Ooh, I'm so glad Graham's not here to make that joke.
My iron jack is covered in flour. I've got sausage meat all over it. It still tastes good. I'll basically getting those mushrooms I want them to sweat down a little bit. They're gonna make a bit of a sauce. Bit of tomato paste, 3 squeezes of that. Chuck that straight in. Some beef stock.
So this is the stroganoff mix, is it?
Yeah, it's gonna make a bit of a sauce, that's the key here. Basically, we're just gonna get these balls straight out,
Yep,
put them
and put 'em
into
in
the
the
stroganoff.
sauce.
Yep. It's actually looking really good. I don't know why I'm surprised, but soon as Bailey's done with the pasta,
Chuck it in there.
we'll get it in the bowls. We'll get the boys get together, get the bowls in, pasta, stroganoff, balls,
Job's
straight on the
on.
fire.
Yep,
Exactly
outstanding,
right, exactly
outstanding.
right.
Look how well I chopped this up, mate.
That is, you've done a good job there, Jocko. I've got a bit of sour cream, mate.
Yum.
That's a beauty. Taking a fridge with you out in the bush, you can have luxuries like sour cream. Who would have thought that? I'm just basically chucking that straight in. How's that pasta coming around, Bailey? You nearly done?
Yeah, pretty much done now, mate.
All right, bring it in when you're ready. There we go. That's what you want.
Yep.
Oi, fellas, we're up. Have a look at that. Reuben,
Oh, that's cracking.
you ever seen a couple of balls like that before, mate? Everyone want 2 balls? Come on, in you get. How's yours looking, Jock? Is it good?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Well, boys, what do you reckon about this one, eh?
Outstanding. Yeah.
How good? It'd have to be right up there. I'd honestly say that has surprised the absolute, I shouldn't say that, but it surprised the heck out of me. This is absolutely unreal. Connie's Beach, spicy meatballs and fettuccine in a stroganoff. Get around the fire,
Yep,
grab an iron
right.
jack. How good is that, eh?
It's remote locations like this that really make all those hours tinkering on the four-wheel drive in the shed worthwhile, and I've been so stoked with the performance of the new Dirty 30 so far. In terms of both capability and my camp setup, I really couldn't be happier, and this trip has been the perfect way to test it all out and bed everything in. This is our last day of nearly 3 weeks up in the Cape, and our final chance to soak it all in before heading back south. But for today at least, I couldn't think of a better place to wake up to.
Pretty good views this morning, eh?
Views far out. As soon as I woke up this morning, it's like I woke up in a tropical paradise. We've got coconut trees, we've got palms, we've got white sand, we've got the beaches down there.
Yeah,
Does
how
not
good.
get better, mate. I reckon a rooftop tent has got to be the best way to sleep in Cape York.
Absolutely for Cape York. You know, it's really hot. Even this time of year, it's 35 degrees during the day, so
pretty good. You can open all the windows up, get some nice breeze because you're up off the ground, and yeah, it's a pretty good way of doing it. And also with crocs around here, like we haven't seen any yet, but they're definitely around, so being off the ground is definitely a big advantage.
Exactly right. Sleeping up nice and high gives you that confidence, especially when you camped right beside water.
Yeah, that's it.
Crocodiles are a real threat up here. Another big threat up here is midgies, mate. You can get a stack when you camp near the mangroves, and I haven't had one come in my rooftop tent this whole trip.
Oh, I've been smashed by sandflies before, and it's not fun. So
not fun at all,
definitely want nice fine mesh and yeah, to stop them.
And the other cool thing, mate, it's obviously very dusty up here. Your car is about as dirty as I've ever seen it. I can't believe those seals have kept all the dust outside of that tent.
That's it. You just close the windows up, shut it down, and you're pretty good to go. Some of the bull dust we're doing.
It's just, it's so fine.
Yeah.
That sort of dust will get into absolutely everything. There's no doubt about it. If you've seen the inside of my vehicle, it's got about a layer, inch thick of dust.
Yeah.
Rooftop tent is super clean, so just getting in there at the end of the day, it's just like a little oasis, mate.
That's it.
The other cool thing, they're quick to pack down, and speaking of, I think we should pack camp up. We're going to do a bit of a clean up around here and then probably hit the tracks again.
Sounds good.
All right, mate, I'll leave you to it, eh?
Righto.
This is the reason I love Cape York and remote trips. You see stuff you won't witness anywhere else. Check out these dolphins smashing baitfish literally 50 metres from camp. What's the craziest act of nature you've seen while out exploring? Tell us in the comments below.
They are to take?
Yeah, mate, go on. Couple of these boys.
As quickly as it appeared, the awning is packed away and the Maverick base camp is ready to hit the road. But before we go, we're going to take a bit of time to make sure we leave this campsite in a better state than when we found it. I mentioned before that Connie Beach is temporarily closed due to some visitors trashing the place, and it's a problem we've seen all around the country. The solution is up to us four-wheel drivers, and that means being ready to take out more rubbish than what you bring in.
There we go. Another bag of rubbish out of the bush. Now, the Respect the Bush campaign is a great initiative that started off with Drifter, and as soon as we found out about it, we had to get involved. It's about the 2-bag policy. Bring 2 bags wherever you go camping or four-wheel driving, one for your own rubbish and one for other people's rubbish. Now, Drifter have actually gone ahead and made 10,000 reusable bags, 10,000. That way we can get a lot of bags into the hands of people just like you who care about our Aussie bush. So the Respect the Bush campaign is a fantastic initiative, and I hope you guys can get behind it, and together we'll keep places like this open for a long time to come.
It really is as easy as that, and in no time, we've got some bags full and ready to take back out with us. Imagine how much of a change 10,000 of these bags will make to our local campsites.
Well, boys, I don't know about you guys, but that is one of the best campsites I've been to in Cape York. That is all time.
Mate, couldn't agree more. I reckon that's up there as one of my favourite places to camp in the country so far. That was unreal.
Yeah, it's not very often you can come to a little tropical paradise, mate, with white sandy beaches and coconuts around you. I'll tell you what, but we've got to get out of this beach, and I reckon we're going to have a bit of soft sand.
Connie Beach is managed by the Hopevale Congress, and if you're keen to visit, keep an ear out, because the traditional owners are looking to open up limited visitation soon. For us, it's time to push back down the coast and, of course, for one last big sand climb.
All right, here we go. The auto into sports mode, Tiptronic of course. We'll start off in second gear. This is a massive sand dune and really soft sand. Let's get into it. We're into it. We're on the red line. Up we go, up we go. Oh, hang on, it still goes. Oh, loves it though. Big dirty 30 with the Wranglers down to 15 PSI. Straight to the top. Boys, that is long and soft. And when you think you're finished, you're not even close.
Oh, I'm going to have to give this little Luxie everything, but that's not much. So we'll see how we go, eh? Foot's flat. Come on, you little weapon. Come on. Oh no. A slight incline. Come on. Come on, Luxie. Yeah, go. She's still got it. She's not out of it yet. Yeah, you beauty. Oh, how good. Oh, I tell you what, boys, if I pushed on the accelerator pedal any harder, I reckon my foot would have gone through the floor. You're going to have to give it a bit getting up that hill.
Rider's taken Jocko's words to heart and he's not hanging around.
Woohoo! Yeah!
Foot is in the floor. It cannot go anymore. Come on.
Bailey's giving it a red hot go, but that sand is just way too soft.
Done.
So Ruben has a crack at pulling him out. But the sand is so soft, the big 200 can't even get going forward on its own steam. So the guys reverse back down to the bottom of the hill to have a real crack.
Bailey, you ready to go, mate?
Yeah, mate, ready to go.
Righto, hold on to your hat, brother. Righto, mate. Hold it flat, man. She's bent. All the way.
Look at that, what a monster. Well done, boys, well done.
Oh, you go, you great thing. All the way.
That 200, it's next level. Next level. Oh, I need to sit down after that.
Job's on, job's done.
Well, how's this for a shakedown? How are you taking the dirty 30 for some 5,000 kilometres in the first month that it's been on the road? It's nothing short of amazing. It's been going really well. A few little gremlins here and there, but you've got to expect that. But one thing that's been absolutely awesome is how comfortable this rig is. Now, I've got to keep in mind, this is an old truck. The cab is an old 1984 60 series. Now, it's not exactly all 60 series. I changed the seats over to Stratos bucket seats. Now, I've got those in sooty, and they've just been so comfy, I thought, heck, I've got to have them in the 30 as well. And lucky I do, because after 5,000 Ks in the last month, my back feels great. I love driving this vehicle, and it's super comfortable for what it is. Don't have aircon, that's all right. As long as your back is comfortable, I reckon it just makes it so much better when you're doing big miles on the road every single day, and that's exactly what we do.
With the silica sand dunes behind us, we're heading to our last destination of the trip, where we can have a bit of a cool off and a wash. The water crossings are incredibly deep, given that it's this late in the dry season. So if you're looking to visit, make sure you pick your times carefully and check out those crossings before you commit. But just a little word of advice, they have seen massive saltwater crocodiles in some of those crossings. So be careful whenever you're around water in Cape York. This has been another incredible Cape York adventure, and it's no surprise that we can't wait to make it up to this part of the world year after year. But for now, it's time to bring this trip to a close.
Cape York, mate, what do you reckon?
Oh, absolute cracker.
How good is Cape York,
Had
eh?
an absolute ball.
Oh, I
Yeah.
tell you what, fellas,
Awesome.
how good is it, eh? Cape York, from the bush to the beach. We incorporate a couple of my favourite tracks up here. Of course, the Frenchmans.
Yep.
Last year we went to do it. It absolutely kicked our butt.
Yep.
And this year, we made it through, and only just.
Only just, yeah, had to be clutch started into the Wentlock. I don't think I've ever had to do that before.
Far out. And then we left the red dust and came down, of course, to Cape Flattery and Connie Beach. And it goes to show on this trip, mate, we've had a range of different vehicles.
Definitely.
From the LN106. Now,
Yeah.
what does that owe you?
Oh, probably what, it'd be around the 5-6 grand mark, I think, in total. Total. It's still on stock tyres, still on stock suspension, and I did Cape York.
Did Cape York
Yeah.
perfectly. Mate, if anything, you owe it money, I reckon
think
now.
so. I think so.
You've got your value
It
out of
owes
that.
me a new back, I think, but love it.
What an absolute weapon,
Yeah.
mate. The big 200, of course, did extremely well. All the other vehicles did well. The dirty 30, I can say, it's safe to say, it's
Yeah.
properly shaken down.
100%.
It's track ready and a little animal. I love driving that truck. Folks, look, we're going to go to, where are we going to go? Lions Den?
Yes.
You're very keen to check the Lions Den out. I'm keen to check it out again.
Might
I know
have
the
another
boys.
schooner,
The
yeah,
boys
it'll
won't
be
need,
good.
don't need any convincing there. But anyway, folks, we'll see you next time on Four Wheel Drive 24/7.
Stick around, folks, for the best full drive 24/7 outtakes. But first, some of the gear that makes these trips possible.
With Cape York done and dusted, it's time to run through some of the products we have in our vehicles that have made this adventure possible. Now, to start off, mate, I've got some new flash-looking wheels in the Dirty 30s. No doubt you've seen them and probably wondering yourself, where can I get those wheels? Now, they're Dirty Life DC2s. They're a proper alloy beadlock. Now, they don't just look cool, but they perform really well. And I think Dirty Life are making big headways here in Australia. You'll see them in America and a lot of racing trucks and stuff like that. But down here in Australia, they're becoming really popular.
Definitely.
And I reckon they suit the Dirty 30. Like
Wheels can make or break a car.
I think so. I absolutely think so, mate.
Definitely. Well, I'll tell you what, mate. I know you've got a set, and I've actually just put a set in my other Hilux as well, Razorback seat covers.
Yeah.
The thing I love about them is they're canvas and they fit really well to pretty much any seat you got. Graham's got some in his D-Max as well. Use them in...
Yeah, I've got some in the 79.
Yeah.
What I like about it, mate, I've had my windows down the whole time. There's been so much dust come in that cabin.
Yeah.
Seats are one of those things you don't want to completely destroy. If you can keep good seats looking good, I reckon that's half the battle of protecting the reseller value of your vehicle. Not that I'll ever sell this one. There's another thing, mate, another product that you probably haven't seen, but you've definitely heard it. Now, I'm talking about the exhaust system here on the Dirty 30.
I've heard that thing.
Exactly. A few of the boys are asking about that one. That is a Manta 3-inch exhaust, stainless steel exhaust. And of course, it sounds really good, but it makes the vehicle perform so much better. Definitely. Big diesels need to breathe. And I think it just absolutely sets the vehicle off. A good sounding exhaust makes it sound like an animal. And some of those sand dunes that you saw us in Cape Flattery, it's just nice to open that thing up. Ooh, I get excited just thinking about it. Well, there you go. There's a couple of hand-picked items that we've used in our Cape York adventure that have really helped us get through. Now, don't go anywhere because coming up right next is one of my favourite parts of the show. What is it, Jocko?
Mate, the outtakes, my favourite bit, and I reckon I'll be in a few of them.
I guarantee, if you want to see Jocko dancing like a goose on a beach, you better check this next bit out. Tiny bit of a dent in there. Pretty happy with that, really. Ooh, there's a little bit more left. Whoa, look at a flash fire. There you go.
No, don't do it. No, don't do it. Do it. No, don't do it. No, don't do it.
Whee! Oh!
Do I get a 200 now?
Beer's up there.
Wow! 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 Yeah!
The tougher the vehicle, the more wussy the horn. That is just a fact.
Not go in.
It only works, look at this, it won't work now until you turn the horn. Now it works. What a weapon. What an absolute weapon.
Need more chili.
Don't need more chili. Oh.
Describe to me how this little sweetie down here gets taken off, huh? Got to be careful about talking like this as well because some South Africans don't like it as well. Colin, if you're listening to this, don't worry, my friend. I'm only impersonating you when you're not here.